Hello. So we have a little bit of an impromptu stream. Somebody on a different video said, "Oh, did you make the character sheets on Roll? Did you play on it?" And I did. And I just thought I'd share a few impressions here of how I set up Roll for Blade Runner and how it went the first time we played on it. Excuse me, voice is not quite there today. So this is PlayRole. It's a website, basically a VTT that focuses very much on video and on a few desktop sharing bits. But one of the cool things you can do is you can build your own character sheets. So what I've done is I create and share them, of course, with each other. So what I've done here is I copied from Thomas a Twilight 2000 character sheet and tweaked it a bit so that we would actually have the right fields, etc. for Blade Runner, and basically this is what it would look like. So you get a little bit of an overview here: main attributes, skills, specialties, combat weapons, body armor, gear, and resources. And you can skip through them quite quickly like this, which is quite cool. It's very basic. It doesn't look much like Blade Runner itself, but it does work. So, and then you can from here, from the character sheet, for example, roll. So my attribute strength, for example, governs close combat, force, and stamina. I have to probably update some of these because there was a new release out and they renamed a few things. So for example, favorite items are gone as well. But yeah, I'm going to tweak that. So if I wanted to roll on here close combat, you just click on here. It then pops up this little window at the top and says, okay, it's 2d8 I would get. Do you want to roll that? Do you want to add any assistance dice from up here? And then you just roll it. It doesn't count successes. You have to know that 6 or more is a success. But I think that works absolutely fine. So if I wanted to push that, of course, I can do it as well, or I can clear it and do a different roll. Force is probably not the best for Fenner. That's not linked. Interesting. That should be linked. Should be strength and force together. It should be D8 and a D6. Oh, okay. Just found a bug in my sheet. Here it works. Mobility. Always have to clear in between. That's a bit annoying. Mobility also. No, that worked now. Okay, never mind. So this would be 2 successes, for example. So that's basically, I created the starter level characters here for myself: Percival and Fenner and Olsen and Willem. And I also created a time tracker on here. And this time tracker, if you know the Blade Runner role-playing game already, then you know what this is going to be like. You've got different days, and you basically say what you do in each day. And when we were playing this the other week, I actually, or all of us, edited the clues that we found in different sites in here. So you can just go, and any player can just go in here and say, all right, Benna, where was she in shift 1? She was in the LAPD HQ. Don't want to spoil this too much. And what did she find out? And you can make some notes here. And then on the next shift, you do it here. So the shift tracking is one of the elements that actually put some time pressure on you when you're solving a case and there's a timeline in the background that pushes you forward. Let's put it that way. So you can see if you've unfold everything, the thing in the middle shrinks, the map shrinks, your video pictures at the bottom shrink. But overall, actually PlayRole, if you don't really want measurement of distances or tracking of detailed stuff or automatic calculation of damage and all that, then this is actually quite a good tool. And I don't think many people actually are aware of it. So it's a bit of a pity. So I've got the, as I said, time tracker, and I've got these. Now, the way we played it, basically, there's a lot of handouts, and I mean a lot of handouts in this game. So what you have at the bottom is you've got your assets, and I've uploaded different assets. So you can either show everything or you can filter it. So these are the handouts. I don't want to zoom in too much in case it spoils somebody. But if I click on one of these here, for example, the newspaper, you can then say, okay, I can view it for myself. I can show it to the party. I can view it in a new window. Showing it in the party will basically pop up a new tab for them, which will then look like when I do this. So view a new window, and they basically get another browser tab for this, and they can keep it open if they want to, or they can find it in the asset drawer. Once I shared it with them, they can always reopen it. So you get a nice little newspaper here. We also noticed that the dates don't match. So in some of the handouts, it's March, and some of the handouts is November. Yeah, hopefully they'll fix that at some point. So back to my overall. So that worked reasonably well. As I said, there are a lot of handouts, and you sort of share them one after the other, but it works reasonably well. You can also zoom in quite nicely. and you can basically find whatever you wanted. I also created tokens, so you can have some tokens here, which I just put on. Let me just fold this down. And I put them on the map because one of the things, just to keep an overview of where everybody is in a given shift, you can then have these tokens here. You can push them about. Might have to zoom in a bit further so you can actually see them. Yeah, so you've got, this is a color reduced, bit easier to read map that was shared on the Discord, on the Free League Discord in later on the resources if you want to get it. There are sector maps as well, but on here it allows you to just say, okay, this character over here is going to see Tyrell, this guy, this lady is going to Animoid Review, he's staying at LAPD, and I don't know, he's going to the courthouse. And that way you can just, with a quick view, say, okay, where's everybody? That can be quite useful as well. Oh, hi Mohammed, and hi Santa. Good to see you guys. Seems to be a good time for you when I do a Saturday afternoon. So, Mohammed was actually a player in this game as well, so you can share maybe in the chat, Mohammed, how you found it playing on Roll. So you can of course have different maps as well. So if I go into my assets, and I'm trying not to spoil too much, as I said, you could have a map here for the full city or for a particular crime location, or you can choose to share these. If you don't need to do map movement, you can just share these as handouts. So for example, have I got one here? No, I don't. Ah. Yeah, so you basically just share it, as I said, with a new tab. I think overall this worked quite nicely. You can also minimize yourself if you don't want the resources. I don't have any webcam on right now because OBS is using my webcam. But this would be the view with players. You would have the player cams on it. Yeah. What else would you like to know? Is there anything you would like to know? I want to check this again. Why did this not work with the force? There's only one button, so I need to go back and see why this is not linked. That works. That didn't work. That worked. That doesn't work. Okay. Oh, I copied it from Thomas, but I should have checked. So, Roll was very good for sharing assists and clues. Yeah, what I really did like, and it worked better than I expected, was using this time tracker sheet to actually put in clues or our records of what we have found, because we ran out of time, as we always do when we play. And when we come back next time to this, I think we will have to go back to the clues and reread them. So that's really useful. Yeah, so as I said, it's just a short stream. My impression of the game so far was really good fun to play it. We had somebody, he shall remain unnamed, right, who was doing a lot of grumbly voice acting for Willem, for the old inspector, which was fun, but everything took, I think, a lot longer than it should have taken otherwise. But yeah, there's a lot of running about, and there's a lot of, okay, it's now cut to you, cut to you, cut to you. So that's actually a bit more than I expected, maybe a bit more disruptive than I expected. But really, if you want to get the investigation done on time, you do need to split out, and you do need to work different clues at different times. And at some point, I'm sure we'll be caught out because one of us will be alone in a location when there's a fight or something like that. Yeah, the tool works well. I'm just waiting for somebody, again, shall remain unnamed, to tell me, all right, your Foundry system for this is ready to roll, because I think the sort of making an investigation board and putting the clues on it and having a few red bits of threads and a few pins between them would be really, really nice to be able to do. But yeah, I'm going to run this. I decided by the end of July, certainly I will have run it, maybe once, maybe twice. Definitely want to do it. I just finished a big piece of work. I'm just about to start my holiday. So if you want to try this out with me, leave me a comment with your Discord handle or ping me a message on Discord. My details are always on the bottom of the screen. And maybe we can set up a little game that we can stream as well. That would be really cool. Right. Shouldn't do this, but on this side you have got Silverstone on, and there's already a big event. Let's just say that. No more spoilers. Yeah, Mohammed, I'm interested to see how it looks on Foundry. I mean, the character sheets are quite similar in a way to Twilight, so I don't think it's going to be a huge thing to actually have that within with the character sheets on it. But the handouts and the clues, I think making sure that that actually works well, that's going to be the tricky thing. I think we're going to use a couple of modules to enable that, to make that work better, like Journal to Canvas slideshow, for example, which I did a video on a few weeks ago. That could be really useful here. Right. Anything else from anybody? Otherwise, I probably am going to find out what just happened here in Silverstone, because at least 3 cars are majorly destroyed. Sorry, Formula 1. No? All right. As always, if you like it, you know what to do. Thumbs up. If you feel this is content you're more interested in, you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. 80% of my views are from people who haven't subscribed. And if you want to encourage me in any way with a comment or maybe even a coffee, details are available on the comments. Right, chaps. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all very soon. I think if I can find my ending. See you very soon. And if you've played Blade Runner on a different format, platform, or on this one, and you want to share your comments on that, please do. Last comment goes to the music. This is again a Dark Fantasy Studios soundtrack, and I think this one is called... I forget, I have to look it up. This album by him is called Chaos Logic, or Chaos the Butterfly Effect. So you want to check that out, because it's you don't have to have a streaming license for it. Basically, if you once you buy it, you can use it however you like, which I like for streaming. Right. Fare thee well, my friends. Fare thee well. Bye-bye.